Google Pixel smartwatch is at long last here, integrating Fitbit tracking in the hope to topple Samsung and Apple. Is this the first foray by Google into wearable hardware? What makes it the device to own in 2022? My name is Chris and this is my 2-week review of the Google Pixel Watch. Okay, let's get this over from the get-go. Yes, this is what a round Apple Watch would look like. From its elegant rotating crown, stainless steel casing merging smoothly into its domed Gorilla Glass 5 is small, fashionable, and in keeping with a wearable for this price point. At just 41mm across with the screen measuring just 30mm, it's a bit small for my liking, where I'm used to 44 to 46mm casings and larger screens. I'll talk more about the Pixel screen later, but the standout feature here is that the multifunction rotating crown is great at quickly scrolling through notifications or settings, or with a single press to see all of your apps. Double pressing launches Google Pay, Wallet. Yeah, worlds collide here. A button that sits uncomfortably close to your skin handles recent apps, or a double press opens it. I seldom use this button, thankfully, instead resorting to the crown. Finally, navigating the interface of the watch can almost all be done with your finger, with the crown and side button providing a third function through prolonged holding for power options or voice assistant, which, by the way, is still the best in town. Swiping left to right accesses tiles for quick bites of information that can be jumped into if you want to do more. Go up for notifications, down for settings, or a long hold on a watch face will enable you to change it. The bespoke watch bands feel nice and don't irritate my skin. Band changes are quite easy despite what other reviewers have said. Thankfully, implementation of right wrist wearing continues to improve over time. Now there's an option for orientation with the button and crown to be on either left or right side of the watch. Nice one, Google. At this point in my review, I'm going to go out on a limb and predict the future. Because you see, these unique bands which slide on and off by depressing this hidden button will mean that any future watch will most likely start at this size and hopefully increase in subsequent years. Yeah, only the memory of YouTube and time will let me know if I'm right. But nonetheless, know that watch band choices are limited to 10 styles and lots of different color options from Google at an eye-watering $89 each from the Google store. Thankfully, of course, there's third-party options too. In the box you get a small or large band option, and this dark grey one covers most daily wearable situations like work, gym, or even a night out. Completing this unboxing is a charging base which magnetically attaches to the Pixel Watch and provides wireless power to it, but weirdly, not my Pixel 6. Review here. I don't know why I can't charge it. Yeah, weird. On my wrist, I find the watch to be incredibly comfortable and light. Weighing in at just 36 grams, I was able to wear this for long periods without it being a nuisance or bothersome like some of the larger watches I've owned. The case is pretty standard for an LTE watch at 12.3mm thick, helped by its black top and stainless steel bottom, plus curves everywhere, making it very sleek and attractive. Powering on the watch, Pixel integration experience starts and unfortunately ends with my Pixel 6 recognizing that I've just turned on a sister product. Awesome, it makes pairing a breeze with a seamless setup experience, but I'm going to jump to software here now and say that Google, you missed a golden opportunity. The Google Pixel Watch with Pixel phones, they should have features on them that make not only one or the other seem like a bad idea. Ask any Apple Watch fan why they love them so much. Is it the design, the band, software experience, how they all integrate together and embodies them deeper into the Apple universe? For instance, let's say you're about to enter a meeting and you slide down on your phone to enable Do Not Disturb. Great. Does it carry over to the Pixel Watch? No. There's not even an option in the settings to make this a thing. Sure, you can dismiss notifications from either device and one will clear the other, but it just feels like a missed opportunity by Google. It does some cool things like remote camera taking, automatic emergency call, note transcribing, home control, and more, but these aren't exclusive things to Pixel products. I'll talk more about this later, but I think that Google should make some killer features unique to the Pixel lineup because, if you want the best Android experience, you go Pixel. Getting back on track, that 3cm AMOLED screen is crisp and bright but with large bezels, and it makes a small watch on my wrist feel even smaller. At 320 pixels per inch, it competes with the likes of Samsung Watch 5 and Apple Watch Series 8 and is pleasing to the eye. Under the hood, there's a Samsung Exynos 9110 plus M33 coprocessor with 2GB of RAM to make everything run smoothly. Navigation seldom stutters, apps open quickly, and voice assistant has little to no lag, all good signs of a good chip paired to an appropriate amount of RAM. Which brings me to the next big offering the Pixel Watch has over its closest rival, the Samsung Watch 5. That is 32GB of RAM. That's more than double, meaning it's great for storing all things like Fitbit data, sleep tracking, heart rate measurements, apps, and more. Just no Spotify music on the Pixel Watch. No, that perk's reserved for people who've got YouTube Music, which I long abandoned ago because its playlists were just repeating themselves, and yeah, I've got nothing fresh and new, so yeah, I'm on Spotify these days. So I don't understand why this limitation is here. I really don't. And if you do, can you comment down below and let me know? And whilst you're there, subscribe. It's absolutely free and help me smash that 10,000 subscribers this month. Please, that'd be great. Watch face offerings in Wear OS 3.5 are nice and a good start. They just need more animated versions for people like me who like their wearables not only to function as a watch, but also for fun, like this one from Samsung. A thing I really like about Google Pixel Watch is its various notification sounds, from its charging startup messages, chimes, alarms, and more. They're really lovely and befit the function and complement the haptic engine, which is mild but good in my opinion. The speaker is plenty loud for these sounds, phone handling, and voice assistant. Coupled with water resistance to 50 meters, barometer, gyro, compass, Bluetooth 5, Wi-Fi N, 4G eSIM, the Pixel Watch wants for nothing when it comes to connectivity. Got the LTE version? Payments without your mobile phone? Yep. On-the-go navigation with turn-by-turn instructions in no less than 2 different formats? Yeah. Mobile phone calls? You get the idea. Of course, you don't need to opt for the LTE version. You can instead save $100 by going for the Wi-Fi only one, because in 2022, who leaves their mobile phone at home? Joggers, you can stop commenting now. I get it. I understand. Let's move on. And so that's probably a good point to turn to fitness capabilities of the Pixel Watch. As Google purchased Fitbit back in 2019, I only figured that, well, they're bringing a wealth of everything to this offering, and indeed they did. No less than 40 different workouts, heart rate monitoring, stress levels, sleep tracking, ECG, and more. When you buy one, you get 6 months of complimentary Fitbit Premium to use some of these features, which are good for a little device like this, but my fear is that Google will neglect its previous health and fitness offerings. So watch this space for a long-term review by me when this free premium and subscription ends. I tested the accuracy of the heart rate and found it to be almost spot on. This probably explains why the Pixel Watch battery is terrible. At 294 mAh, it's one of the smaller batteries out there, with Samsung and Apple offering way better longevity. You can see here with this watch face how it's updating my heart rate every second in line with this medical grade pulse oximeter. Impressive? Yes. Needed? No. After all, it's just a watch designed for people like Chris to monitor their health stats, not to be a diagnostic medical device. I received this review unit from Google a few weeks ago, and in that time I've come to the conclusion that, yeah, you could get the claimed 24-hour battery life out of it if you don't use always on display, tilt to wake, and have low to moderate notifications and calls coming through on a day-to-day basis. But I'm a busy guy, so that last one isn't going to cut it. And if you see my reviews, I will always say to any smartwatch maker who doesn't have the most fundamental basic function of any watch, and that is to be able to tell the time without doing a ridiculous over-the-top tilt of the wrist, which by the way doesn't work very well on the Google Pixel Watch, or an unnecessary tap of the face to wake it up. No, first and foremost, it must tell the time all the time. The result was that I had to charge the Pixel Watch twice a day, once in the morning after sleep tracking from overnight for a quick 30 to 40 minute session to go from 10 to 20% up to about 60-70%. Then after one of my crazy days at work, I'll get home and put it on the charger again so that I could use it that evening and throughout the night, ready for the next day. I figure if Google can reduce heart rate sampling to once every maybe minute, 5 or 15 minutely sample points and reserve that beat by beat measurement for people who are doing active workouts, it would dramatically improve the battery of the Pixel. So let's wrap this up. What I'd like to see improved upon with the Pixel Watch is obviously battery performance, faster charging, and the option of a larger watch with less bezels. It looks and feels well made, is comfy to wear, and the screen is sharp and top notch. Fitness tracking is great and perhaps something that would encourage Fitbit owners to make the jump to Pixel. It's zippy, fast, and the crown interface and pseudo clicks helped by that haptic engine are top notch. But here's the rub. It's a competitive offering with other flagship makers, but it doesn't have anything special yet. I'd like to see better integration and control of Pixel devices, more software exclusives that make it a product that encourages the people not only buy this, but also the Pixel 7 phone. Google borrowed generously from Apple, and they could do better by replicating what they've done, but also Samsung, who also have bespoke features only available to Samsung owners. So for its first foray into wearable hardware, Google has done with the Pixel Watch, only it does feel like a first draft that will undoubtedly improve with some software updates and a larger offering in the very near future. If you've enjoyed this review, please do consider subscribing. It's absolutely free. And if you want to see more content and behind the scenes and stuff that you just don't get here on YouTube, consider joining me on Patreon or as a YouTube member where you get all this and a lot more. And as per usual, you be good and you be great.